So here it is, the 20th and final race of the weekend, and what's more, the final race of the 2024 BNL Karting Series season. It is the Senior Road Tax Final. Pole position in the hands of Jaden Teen. He'll be joined by Macaulay Bishop on the front row. Robbie Stauder and Vic Stevens round out row 2. Row 3, Armand Hamilton and Boluet. Boluet, it is his last race as he'll be moving on to new pastures next season in the OK class in karting. So we wish Bo all the very, very best of luck. It's been a wonderful 4 years for that young man, and he's moving on to bigger things. Rashid Ghanam, Tom Langlois round out the top 4 rows with Lawrence Herbols and Jort van Wyk rounding out the top 10. Archie Button and Ollie Yonkers round out row 6, ahead of Danny Shields and Sebastian Koch. Mateo Radenkovic, Freddie Ingram, Scott Westovens, Ralph van der Pavet, Bram Plomp. Then we've got Lado Kohanidze, Benjamin Van Hees, Sverre Ubben, Zach Heslop, Lloyd Hare, Mika van der Pavet, Oakley Pryor, Paul Hamburg, Sam Bergstein, Luca Bremer, Lex Quintens, Martin Gaiskens, Marta Spike, Rain Vandermeer and Dante Sima rounding out the 34-strong grid. I did note that Danny Shields was running a little bit slowly at that point, I think during the formation lap. However, we have 14 minutes plus 1 lap of racing ahead of us to conclude what has been an enthralling 2024 championship season. Of course, in 3 weeks, the global road tax family returns to the Circuito Internazionale Napoli after 5 years for the 25th anniversary event of the Road Tax Max Challenge Grand Finals, where every driver has qualified for the right to be one of the very best. Well over 380 competitors from over 50 different nations set to compete. But before drivers that qualify for it through this championship, we have one more race to go. So, red lights on the gantry, one final time. Let's get ready to go racing. Here at the Home of Champions, the lights are out and we're underway. Jaden Teen gets the whole shot and also leads the way ahead of Robbie Stauder, but carts all over the shop through turn 2. Oh, we've had a couple intertwined. Didn't really see who those drivers are. Trying to pick out the numbers. I think we might, well, I'm going to wait until the timing updates, mainly because of the fact that there was so much going on. I counted at least 7 carts off at that corner. But at the moment, Jaden Teen leads the way. Robbie Stauder in second. Third, Macaulay Bishop. Fourth might be, I think, Vic Stevens. Fifth, Armand Hamilton. Oh, bit of a run wide there. Not too sure who that was. Could have been Dante Sima possibly. But after the opening lap, well, Teen leads the way. Robbie Stauder, okay, so the drivers involved. Danny Shields, Sebastian Koch, Freddie Ingram and Lex Quintens. So Shields, Koch and Quintens look to be out. No, Shields is still running. Ingram still running. So a real shame for Sebastian Koch and Lex Quintens. I did notice it was a Dams racing car. Couldn't quite pick out the number. But coming into this round, taking this race of the championship, taking into consideration 1 drop score, Jaden Teen currently on 528 points. Vic Stevens, 507, tied with Macaulay Bishop. Then Lawrence Herbols, Sverre Ubben. So that basically means between Jaden Teen, Vic Stevens and Macaulay Bishop, there is a 21-point difference. So, with 11 minutes and 52 seconds still remaining on the timer, it is going to be the case. If Jaden Teen stays where he is champion. He's already picked up the Belgian Max Challenge crown last week. He's leading chrono karting. Macaulay Bishop has already secured his place on Team UK thanks to third in the Euro Trophy this season. But now, it is going to be the case. 21 points means that Jaden Teen has to finish 20th or lower and Macaulay Bishop to win the race, or Vic Stevens to win the race to possibly take the championship. But Jaden Teen could use that as a drop score and still win the BNL Karting Series title, which has been won by the likes of multi-time senior road tax champion Sean Butcher. Kai Helitz has won this crown. Dylan LaHaye has won all of his titles in senior road tax. The legend that is Mr. Joe Turney. And Jaden Teen looks to be the next person to put his name on the honour roll list in BNL Karting Series history. But Vic Stevens now has put himself up into second position at the moment, which will put him fractionally ahead. Macaulay Bishop is losing positions at the moment because up the inside of him has just gone Tom Langlois from France. So Bishop, not too sure if there may be a possible issue or if his tyres are starting to waver a little bit here. Jaden Teen leads proceedings. Vic Stevens, if he finishes where he is right now, he will be vice champion at this moment in time. But Macaulay Bishop was sixth at the end of lap number 4. He's now a little bit further down the order. Macaulay Bishop is now 8th in the champion, 8th in the running order. Could be the fact that he will end up P3. But that will be dependent on obviously taking into consideration other drivers' drop scores. Jaden Teen at the minute is sitting rather comfortably. He knows he does not need to win this race. However, you tell a driver, yeah, you can play it safe. You can be leading the way for the majority of it, and then maybe you might decide, you know what, I'll take a second place. You want to finish a championship if you're if you're very, very ultra competitive like Jaden Teen is, and Jaden will want to end it on the right way possible, which is with a maximum score of 55 points, putting no doubt on the fact that he has earned a right to be called a BNL Karting Series champion. Of course, he'll have another race week before the grand finals, because the penultimate round of the Dutch Road Tax Championship, powered by Chrono Karting, run by Gabi and Tom van den Burt, they'll be heading to Circuitpark Berchem just the Sunday before the grand finals on October the 13th. And they'll host their season finale here on November the 3rd. But it's calm and cool at the front end of the field. Of course, being 3 weeks out from the grand finals, one of the things you don't want to do is to have an injury. Right, black and white flag to Archie Buttle from race control, probably for driving standards. But I'm not 100% sure. It may just be a warning for conduct on the circuit. So, biggest movers at the moment. Well, Lloyd Hare has moved quickly up the order. 13th at the minute. 11 places gained from 24th on the grid. Mateo Dankovic up from 15th, now 10th. There's Bolowait battling away with Lawrence Harabos. That is for 5th on the road. Dante Sima up 11 spots from 34th to 23rd. Martin Gaskins up from 31st. Bolowait has to watch himself a little bit there. And he's got Tom Lenoir up the inside for close company. So Bolowait loses a handful of positions in the meantime. Macaulay Bishop on the comeback trail. He's now back up to 6th position. But the way things will possibly stand at the moment is that Macaulay Bishop, if he's in 6th place at the moment, that is 47 points. So that would take him to a 94-point deduction. Vic Stevens would put a 43 and a 47 against his. So possibly it might be the case that Stevens may have the advantage. But at the moment, Jaden Teen, 5 minutes and 15 seconds to go, plus an additional lap on the timer. Is he leading? Well, he still is. And that's going to be enough. He started off the season quite strongly at round 1 in the first weekend of April. Was the ranking after heats leader, and then the leader after the final intermediate classification. Finished 2nd in the final there. Jaden Teen has got a very interesting stat at the moment. Every single point score he has had this season has not been outside of the top 3. And there goes Vic Stevens through on the inside to take the lead. Armand Hamilton now closing in. The 3:42. We still have 32 drivers running in this final. Out of the 34, Marta Spike, the young lady from Latvia, just crossed the line. Currently 32nd out of 34. But fastest lap of the race at the moment is by the Estonian, Paul Hamburg, down in 20th, 54.448, as Vic Stevens and Armand Hamilton now lead the way, 1st and 2nd respectively. And a move by Lawrence Herbos on Jort van Wyk. That was through turn 2, neatly done by the 398. And you've got the likes of Mateo Dankovic, Tom Lenoir and Ryan Gandor rounding out the top 10. Oh, no, sorry, Rashid Ghanem. My apologies there, Ryan. I know you're in juniors. It's been a long weekend. It's been a long year as well. These things do happen. But still, drivers making some inroads. As, that's the 344 off the circuit and out. Benjamin Van Hees. Oh, he made up 7 spots and gotten up to 14th. Had a great super heat as well. Did Benjamin Van Hees. As now Jaden Teen pulls the trigger up the inside. That's through back to 2nd, past Armand Hamilton. And might have been contact with Lloyd Hare, I'm afraid, as Lloyd Hare's dropped down the order to around about 30th. Right. Off of turn number 8, there is a stationary cart. That looks to be Benjamin Van Hees. That's an OTK in the colours of Bouvin Power, I believe. But we are coming down to the final couple of minutes of the championship season. Quite a surreal feeling. When we started back at the kickoff in the penultimate weekend of March, got things going with the season in earnest, and now there's going to be a change for the lead. Back up the inside, go through both Jaden Teen and Armand Hamilton. There on Vic Stevens. And what's more, oh, look who's behind them. Robbie Stordeur and Macaulay Bishop. And Macaulay Bishop has already got through on Robbie Stordeur, now up into 4th place, so 1 place away from the podium for the 367. And well, Lloyd Hare and Benjamin Van Hees out on lap number 11, I'm afraid, as the counter, the sand timer, continues to count its way down to 0. Jaden Teen defending from Armand Hamilton. And Macaulay Bishop defending from Robbie Stordeur. Teen leads the way by 69 thousandths of a second after 14 laps. Ahead of Armand Hamilton, Vic Stevens right behind the pair of them. It's Macaulay Bishop, Robbie Stordeur and Lawrence Herboz that ran out the top 6, covered by 1.1 seconds. First to 21st rounded out by Dante Sima, covered by 9.3 seconds. So, right, penalties coming in, 3.79. Paul Hamburg pushed to pass, 5-second post-race penalty. Also, 3.18. Sam Bergstein also pushed to pass, 5-second post-race penalty being added on. So the time is counting down, 20 seconds remain, and we look to be on this and 2 more laps to complete 17 laps of racing here in the Senior Rotax Final. Teen leads. 2nd, Stevens. 3rd, Hamilton. 4th, Bishop. Stordeur and Herboz covered by 8.8 tenths of a second with this and 2 more laps to go. Teen defends. That opens up the door there for Hamilton. Stevens manages to get the momentum coming around the corner. Macaulay Bishop, however, trying to look to the outside, the inside. Hamilton makes a mess of it. Oh, and over the top he goes on Robbie Stordeur and Lawrence Herboz. They're in the barriers off of the left-hand side into turn 8. It was a repeat of Ruben Verheyen and Vic Stevens last week at the Belgian Max Challenge finale. Oh, it's all gone wrong for those 3. But at the front end of the field, 1 more lap remains. It's going to be the dash to see who wins the final race of the championship season. And it's game on between Jaden Teen and Vic Stevens. But keep your eyes. Don't count out Macaulay Bishop. Don't even count out the Frenchman behind him, Tom Langlois. They are really coming into this as Stevens tries to wrestle with Teen. Oh, and he cuts off Bishop straight away down the Europelan. Hard right hand down from Vic Stevens. And what that means is that Jaden Teen is just a handful of corners away. But who's going to be on the podium? Who's going to be on the runner-up step behind Jaden Teen? Give us 2 more corners, we'll give you the answer as the checkered flag is being prepared. Out of the final corner, it's going to be a win, and it's going to be a 2nd title for Jaden Teen this season. 2nd goes to Vic Stevens, 3rd goes to Macaulay Bishop. Tom Langlois takes 4th, ahead of Jort van Wyk. Bolowetz in his final race in Rotax. He moves to OK next year. He finishes a well-deserved 6th ahead of Mateo Radenkovic, Olivier Jonkers. Sverre Ubben takes 13 places to make it up to 9th ahead of Archie Buttle, who rounds out the top 10. Mika van der Pavet, Paul Hamburg, Oakley Pryor, Lado Kuhanidze, Zach Heslop, Bram Plomp, Dante Sima, Martin Gaiskens, Luca Brima, Sam Bergstein, Ralph van der Pavet, Danny Shields, Rein Vandermeer, Freddie Ingram and Marta Spike round out the 25 that finished. And in the latter couple of laps, we had a bit of a rate of attrition. We had Armand Hamilton, Robbie Stordeur, Lawrence Herboz out off of turn 8. Then we also had Rashid Ghanem and Scott Westhovens as well. Along with that, Lloyd Hare, Benjamin Van Hees, Sebastian Koch and Lex Quintans out on the opening couple of laps. But that concludes the 2024 BNL Karting Series season.